Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of ROG Vlog. Now, the other day, I posted this trick. Love this trick. Super excited about it. I know how I said in the past I don't care about a lot of my tricks being taken. This is not one of them. I love this trick. If you even think about trying it, I'll be very upset. But along with the trick, I also posted a question on my story whether or not you thought it was a discovery or an invention. And I was very surprised with the results. Like, really did not expect it to be like this. It ended up being like 50-50, more towards the discovery side in the end, but still like really close. I was very surprised. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, I actually didn't really, I don't know, I thought it was all going to be the same, and I thought it was all going to be discovery, but I guess not everyone agrees. Now, it definitely was like a small sample size in comparison to all jugglers in the world that make tricks. But it's a thing, you know. It seemed like an interesting and it got me thinking. I was like, oh, maybe I don't know if it's a discovery or an invention. I thought it was a discovery at first. That's kind of what I was thinking. And then Norby, shout out Norby, sent me a really interesting message breaking down his reasoning for his answer. I think he said it was a discovery as well. And it got me thinking even more, which is why I love when everybody comments and messages me these questions. It really helps me make more of these thinking videos, and that's what I want. I want it to be a collaborative effort that all gets filtered through me. So yeah, it got me thinking about that trick. Discovery or an invention. So let's do something. Let's break this trick down. So this trick has 4 basic elements to it. You got the face balance, you got the cone stack, you got throwing a ball into the cone stack, and then finally you got the collapse, the satisfying ch-ch-ch-chum. Now each of those different elements of that trick come with their different degree of originality. The face balance is kind of as basic as it gets, you know. It's a face balance. Everybody knows that. Same with the throwing the ball into the balance. It's super old school. People have been doing it for years. They've been doing it with all sorts of different props. The stack, the stack on the other hand, that's where we start to get into this interesting territory. The stack alone seems like a very original trick and shape. I have not seen it before. It's a nice shape with a prop that's not commonly used. So it's pretty original. Must be an invention, right? I guess? I don't know. Although Norby compared it to Jay Gilligan's Holy Club stack, which, yes, it is very similar to that. Honestly, that is where I drew a lot of my inspiration for that trick when I was practicing it. The process for me learning that trick was, or the process for me finding that trick was kind of, it was like this. I did a bunch of cones, I laid them out in the line, I like moved them, I was like waving them, I was like, oh, see what kind of cool movements you can do. And then once I got to the cone, the curve on it, I can't curve my forearm, so, but once it got to that curve, I was like, oh, I've seen this before. Jay Gilligan has done a beautiful balance like that, so I know that I can balance this on my face and it will be a successful, nice looking shape. So I don't know. I guess in that case, it's not so much a discovery, not so much an invention. It's really just me applying a technique that I've seen someone else do to this trick. It is a slightly different shape with a different prop, so I guess it's not the same trick, that's for sure. But we're not done yet, because now we come to the last part of the trick, which is the collapse. The very satisfying aspect of the trick, probably the best part of the trick if you ask me. And the way I found that part of the trick is when I was practicing the stack, you know, the most common way for it to mess up would it be to just fall into the cone. It would just be to collapse every single time. Like, it wouldn't be separated enough and then it would just do. I was like, oh, well, that's obviously something that I need to explore. The way I found that was a mistake. I took that failure and I practiced it and figured out how to do it more reliably. So there we go, discovery. But again, heavy inspiration from Greg Kennedy. Greg Kennedy has a lovely trick with different sized boxes, and he pushes one box and it goes ching 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 ta pa poo pa pa. And that was big inspiration. It's a very similar effect to my trick. Again, different shape. My trick only uses one size prop. He has a different size prop thing, but still, it's a very similar effect. I was fully aware of his trick when I was working on my trick. So I don't know, does that take away from my trick? Does it take away from the discovery of my trick? I think the inventive part of the cone stack ball throw into the cone stack collapse. Gotta find a better name for that trick. It's kind of a long name. Not very catchy. But I think the inventive part for that trick comes from me combining all these elements and making it this entire piece. Jay Gilligan's trick doesn't move. Greg Kennedy's trick, he doesn't balance it. Neither of those tricks involve throwing an object into the balance. So it's a new trick. I invented a new trick. But it does make me think, like, each element of that trick is somewhat done before, but without my prior knowledge to those tricks, my understanding of the juggling world, and without my technique and my ability to do those techniques, and without my creativity to put all those things together, the trick would never have existed. So I don't know, maybe it's not discovery, maybe it's not invention, maybe it's a third thing, whatever that might be. What do you think?